Sports Replays. My name is Joe. This is Oscar, sleeping over on the couch next to me. And here for a little fireside chat, even though we don't have a fire, but we've got some low light in the evening. And a little Buffalo Trace bourbon. Apparently we're going to cut off the top of my head, but whatever. So just wanted to, I didn't get a chance to do the vlog this morning. I had a kind of a crappy night's sleep. But I figured I'd hang out with you guys for a little while. It is my first night of vacation, so I'm excited. Glasses on. And we're leaving for Tennessee tomorrow morning. So I'm really looking forward to it. But
oh, I never hear talking so.
I talk to myself a lot, huh?
Hi, y'all.
Shouldn't actually
Ready for
sound
Tennessee. Hi, y'all.
that might be, could be offensive. I don't know. But here we are, hanging out. And I thought I would just hang out with you guys for a little while and talk about something that came up in comments to a couple of these vlogs. And that's the idea of applying discipline to our hobby, or any hobby for that matter, anything you do for fun. But I don't want to get too deep into it. Just suffice it to say for now that to start things off, the fact that why do we replay jump, right? Why is there such a thing as projectitis? I coined the phrase years ago on the StratFan forums. And if you're on StratFan forums and you check the projectitis thread, I'm the guy who started it, so you know who I am on StratFan forum now, and it's fine. But my name on StratFan forum is actually Captain Reroll, and the reason I have that name is not because of anything that has anything to do with gaming, except for the fact that I tend to restart things a lot when it comes to this hobby. Or I tend to just get interested in something else and I move on to a different project. And I sometimes never come back to the original project, right? So, I get really excited about, sometimes a lot of the fun is in setting up the project. And then the truth is, once you're into the project and you've kind of done the research and you've kind of explored the history of the season or whatever you're going to do, sometimes even if it's a fictional project or a what-if project and you're mixing teams from different eras, or you're doing a draft league, which I did a lot of when I first got back into Strat. I had a whole draft league set up that I spent a lot of time on. And once you're through that setup and the excitement of seeing how things pair together and what plays out, then the truth is any project is a little bit of a grind. It's going to take some time. It's going to take an investment of time to get through, and obviously depending on the nature of the project you've chosen, going to determine how much time. So over the last 17 years, hey Sports Time Machine, vacation packing is pretty much done, man. Thanks, Sports Time Machine. All I got to do is get up tomorrow morning, put away all the clothes are packed. Just got to do the toiletries, the medications. I got 4 good books I would like to read packed. I'm probably not going to read all 4, but I like to have options, especially if there's a good porch, especially if we get rainy weather. It's going to be a very chill vacation. We're not looking to spend a lot of money. We're not going to be running all over the place doing a million things. We're going to try to strike a good balance between doing a little something every day and staying in the house and just enjoying each other's company, and also enjoying some peace and quiet, because all of us have been working hard. All of us have been, the friends we're going with, we've all been experiencing a stressful year or two. I guess who isn't these days, right? Just the nature of life. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you, Sports Time Machine. Appreciate it. So over the 16 or so years that I've been back to Strat, maybe it's 17 now, or the hobby in general, if you want, I've discovered that my preferred method of playing projects is a full season. I started with single team full season replays because I liked the full stats. And then I felt like I wanted to do full season replays. And I didn't do as played because I was playing Strat and I never had all the players. So I always kind of let the Strat engine dictate how I play things out. And I did a few different seasons that way. And I completed them. And for the most part, when I was playing a lot, they took about 2 years each.
Did you want some pumpkin?
And they're a grind. They are a grind. So then what happened was I kind of started trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And as a result, for the last literally 5 years, I've been starting and stopping projects, thinking maybe I'll do short season. I'd start a short season project. I wouldn't really like it. I'd overthink it. I'd think about something different. This past year, I was just trying different games. You know, I found Payoff Pitch. I liked it. I played APA for the first time. Really played it for the first time. I mean, I'd played like 1 or 2 games before, but is the 1960 season still going to be your go-to season when I get back? Yeah, we're actually going to unbox that right here on this vlog in a few minutes. 100%. So, you know, I was doing all these different things. Meanwhile, I was being very disciplined in the rest of my life over the last 5 or 6 months, right? I was slowly getting into the habit of exercising every morning. My wife and I are working hard on eating better and eating very healthy as a result of our health issues. And I was being very disciplined at work. I became very organized. I'm a manager, so I manage people and I manage processes, and it's a very, very busy and demanding job. And I'd always been pretty good at it, but the more I applied a disciplined routine to the things I was doing, the more success I had. So over the last couple of months, as I started streaming, I mean, I've been streaming since the beginning of the year, right? So like January or February, on and off. And again, I kept stopping because of work, and I kept stopping because I didn't have a routine established, or because I was overthinking what I wanted to do on the channel, and it was conflicting with what I wanted to do on the tabletop for myself. So I had a lot of conflicting thoughts going on, and I needed a little space to figure that out, and realized that I needed to apply that same sense of routine and discipline to the hobby if I was going to get the most enjoyment out of it. So I kind of put everything else off the table, and I focused on the 73 replay pretty exclusively for like the last month, off stream. And I've made good progress in it. I'm cranking away. I'm about 100 plus games in, which isn't bad. A little over 100 games now, I think, and a long way to go. But I'm playing 3 to 4 games a day. I'm playing 1 in the morning usually, and 2 or 3 at night. And then I started playing 1 per day on stream, 4 or 5 times a week. And I've really enjoyed the project as I've gotten to know the players. I've gotten used to playing the same teams over and over again. So that was good. So I said, okay, I do want to do a second project for 2 reasons, okay? I want to read what you said there, Dav. I found for you rotating among different seasons keeps things fresh for you. If you're setting deadlines for completing project, it becomes too much like a job and not a hobby. Completely appreciate that point of view. If I don't set some sort of deadline structure, I'll never complete anything. That's just who I am. I'll always find something else to do. I'll even, at times, guys, second guess if I should be spending the time I spend on this hobby. And that's not a good place to be, because I really enjoy this hobby. It does a lot for my happiness. It does a lot for my mental health. And it keeps me really, really grounded, and really helps me de-stress from work. So I completely understand where you're coming from. I do. Is this glass cracked? No, that's just the... But for me, I need to limit it, and I need to be consistent in it, and I need to know what my expectation is to play day to day. I'm not setting a deadline on how long it's going to take me to complete the project, but I have an idea just based on basic math. I'm playing at my normal pace, which is about 3 to 4 games a day. I'm going to break it into 2 projects. That means the projects are going to take approximately, if I did them just one project, it's going to take about 1.5 years. So to play 2 at a time, it's going to take about 3 years to finish both. One's a little bit ahead of the other, but one's the 1960 Strat project that we're going to play, that I'm going to play and do on stream, is going to have less games overall than the 1973 project, just because there's less teams, and because 60 is a shorter schedule. But it's going to give me just enough variety, and I still have other things I play that I don't actually stream on the channel, and maybe I should, right? So there's one-offs every week. I play action PC football. I'm currently doing, I just started week 2 of a 72 replay, and I'm loving it. And I play literally maybe 2 or 3 games a week. I play them after I'm done rolling dice at the end of the night, usually after I stream. And I sit down and usually I have a cup of tea or a drink if it's the weekend or whatever, or the one night a week we tend to drink wine. And I'll just put the earphones in while my wife's watching TV, and the last hour before bed I'll crank out a game of Action PC. Maybe I should stream some of those once a week or so. Maybe we can have a Sunday football thing. I play PlayStation. I love my PlayStation 5, and about once a week I kick that on. I actually probably haven't touched it in about a month because I've been so focused on getting 73 really cranking and figuring out what I want to do with the channel. And the channel is a big part of the hobby for me. It's super important to me. I love it. I love the interaction I get with the community from it. I'm not looking to profit from it. It's not what I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it adds enjoyment to the hobby for me. And I think because other people enjoy what I'm doing. And that is very satisfying. It's really fun to hear people love hearing me call games. It's really fun to hear people enjoy the vlogs and maybe get some value out of it. And whether that value is simple happiness or sharing some insight or just cheering them up, whatever you're getting out of it, I appreciate the fact that you're getting something out of it and you're letting me know. So that's awesome. So how do I take those things and I kind of put them together? And I had to get disciplined. The vlog is one way of being really disciplined, right? Didn't get to do it this morning. Wanted to make sure I got it done. Here we are. We're going to do vlog day 8. There's going to be a vlog every day, even while I'm on vacation. Being consistent in what I'm playing and limiting my projects, really important. So these things are all coming together and showing me personally that applying discipline to the hobby is a very good thing, because getting a new game, starting a new project is very exciting. It's a huge dopamine hit. It's an easy fix for boredom, right? But part of grinding through a project, there are elements of boredom that are going to be part of it. It's just like going to the gym every day in some ways. Like you said, it's like going to work. But there's also a thing about the attitude and the overall satisfaction that you're going to get from completing something that you started. For me, that's so much more, that delayed gratification is so much more worthwhile compared to having started 15 projects this year probably and getting nowhere with any of them. That's frustrating to me. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Everybody should do what works for them. If you don't, like, I know guys, especially from the StratFan forums.
Is it okay to put the TV on in there?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I know guys who, on the StratFan forums, who play one-offs or, 7-game series, and that's all they do. Because they don't want to be restricted to a project. They don't want to have that feeling of like not completing stuff. You're an engineer by occupations. The organization and planning actually becomes as much of a hobby for you as playing the games. Yeah, I can understand that. I've always just been an organized person. I'm a guy who likes, like my table right now, you can't see it. And I'm not going to try to twist the camera all the way around like that. But everything's in boxes, right? Everything's in a straight line. Everything lines up with each other. And if it's not, it's usually a reflection on my mental state. When things get messy, when things get cluttered, it makes my brain a little bit more messy, but it's also an indicator to me that my brain is being a little messy and I need to regain some sort of control over the things I can't control. So again, it's a mental health thing. It's a who I am thing. I'm a Capricorn. I don't necessarily believe in that kind of stuff, but my wife tells me that being a Capricorn, it makes a lot of sense that I am the way I am, right? So what the hell? If other people believe it and it makes sense, then maybe it's true. That's why I'm a good manager at work. I'm an organized person by nature. I'm good at organizing things, and I enjoy organizing things. I have the heart of an accountant, probably. I have the heart of a writer. I really do, but maybe the brain of an accountant. Or an engineer, if that's how it goes, Dav. My dad was an electrical engineer, so it's probably where I get it, right? He loved graph paper. Everything was diagrammed out. And even when he got addicted to things, like for a while, he worked for OTB, off-track betting, as an engineer for a while, where he would design equipment, repair equipment, all that kind of stuff. And my dad was an alcoholic, so he was probably really underachieving. But whatever. He found a job that he enjoyed doing, but being around the horses all day and around betting parlors, and he did actually go to the track and do stuff at the track and stuff. He, of course, got interested in the gambling aspect of it and the horse racing. So he came up with this really elaborate friggin' system to predict which horses would win. I don't know if it worked. I was never that interested in it. We didn't get along real well. But the design of the system to him, he wasn't even betting on the races. He just wanted to see if he could figure out how to build a system that would predict, based on the odds that were assigned and all the other sort of stuff that goes into it. Not even based on the horses. He wasn't looking at the horses. He didn't know anything about how horses were raised. He knew that certain jockeys won more often, that odds were assigned based on not just, how good the horses were, but on, they were designed, just like sports betting, their odds are assigned to induce action, induce betting, right? So he knew that there was logic behind the way odds were assigned. Therefore, there should be a way to break down that logic and find a predictive formula. I think you get what I'm trying to say. So I guess I inherited that to some extent. I've always been very organized, very detail-oriented about certain things, often to my detriment. It's actually one of the reasons I stopped playing Super Advanced Strat a long time ago, because I would be so analytical about it. I would have to know all of the odds before I could make a decision. So I spent so much time on project prep that often by the time I got around to playing a project, I lost interest. So, whatever. I digress as usual. That's what vlogs are for, digressing. So now I'm down to 2. We're going to do 2 projects on the stream. We're going to do 2 projects in my life. I don't have anything else going on in the background. I'm going to play my action PC when I want to. I might play some other stuff, and I'll decide if I want to stream that or not. I want to keep the channel up and be consistent with my content, because it's fun, and I like when the channel grows, and I like when people like what I'm doing. And I like the sense of community that I'm becoming a part of with not only people who just view my stuff and interact and chat with me like you guys are tonight, but also with other channels and other people whose streams and content I enjoy. So it's just really fun to be part of that. It's a nice sense of belonging that really adds fulfillment to the hobby beyond just sitting here and rolling dice by myself and playing games. And I love calling the games, man. I love it. Maybe I miss my calling. I have no idea. I know it's not. I hated public speaking when I was younger. I never wanted to be in front of anybody. I was a very shy person. Even when I started my current very public in front of people all day job, I didn't like talking to anybody. I would talk to you literally as little as possible to get the interaction over with and get you on your way. And now I'm very garrulous. I'm very talkative. I'm very open. And people seem to like what I have to say most of the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I think I always, let me talk. She's defending me to myself. It's okay. I always second guess a lot of things I say. But I've learned that my brain often lies to me, and that's part of depression and anxiety, and that's something I just have to dismiss. So, you were actually surprised there was even a community for this hobby. Me too. Yeah. Never known anyone who's into it as much as you are. Yeah, it's a weird thing. There's a lot of niches out there in life, right? And the internet is great because it's enabled us to find each other, and to support each other, and to let us know we're not alone, and that we're not crazy for spending time on these things. That it's very normal, and it's no different. There's people who watch 60 hours of TV a week. There's people who go to bars every night. There's people who do crossword puzzles every morning and read the newspaper every day. There's a huge diversity of interests out there, and none of them are any better than the other. You got one life as far as we know. Choose how to spend your time in ways that you enjoy, that don't hurt anybody else. You take care of your responsibilities. I go to work. I try to do well at it. I try to take care of my family. I try to make sure the bills are paid. I try not to do anything too stupid in my life. I go out of my way not to hurt others, because I've done my fair share of that, just like everybody has, right? That's human interaction. We're going to hurt other people. But I've come to know myself well enough to know what triggers me and how to be a kind person. I always put kindness first. I really do. Whenever I'm not sure how to handle a situation, I always just think, be kind. Yeah, Dab is in a lot of the streams. Me too, Sports Time Machine. Yeah. I assume you're watching as you're playing, like a lot of us are. If I'm watching a stream, I guarantee you I'm rolling a game. I don't have it on if I'm not, But maybe you're not. Maybe you just love watching them. But anyway, this is why I do what I do. So thanks for listening. And thanks for being a part of my streams. Now let's have some fun and play with boxes. Obviously, this is not Strat. I'm kind of excited for this one. I don't have anything to open it with. I'm going to use a pen. It's just tape. Use a pen. these G2 pilot pens that myself and Jeff Guterman and probably others love. Wow, this is good tape though. It might not work. It really might not work. Oh, there we go. This, in Kurt Berglund style, is not hermetically sealed, but it has been. That's the first cut I just made of it. It has been sealed directly from the manufacturer. I have not retaped it. This is how it came via U.S. Postal Service to my door just last night, in fact. And I'm pretty excited about it. And this is one of those weird things because I like buying sets. And I know I'm not going to touch this one for a while other than to unbox it and share it with you guys. But that's okay. It's fun to collect too, and that's a completely adjacent but separate hobby. I love my collection. I love, going in the closet and looking at it. And when I get the sunroom set up the way we want it, well, first we got to build it. Once we get the sunroom built and set up, and I have all this stuff together, this is really good tape. There we go. Then it's going to be really fun to have it. It's going to be really fun to have it all in one place. But this came to me from, where the hell did this come from? Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin, if that tells you anything. 53051. And obviously it's one of my two favorite games, if you know anything about Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin. It's becoming one of the hotbeds of the hobby. And, this nice bubble wrap. This is the good stuff, too. This is stuff you can pop. Oh, it's exciting. Oh. Alright, we'll save this for later. This will be fun. This will be fun on my own time. But, yeah. What's in the box? Payoff pitch cards. Payoff pitch cards, guys. That I can't play with for a while. Happiness and sadness at the same time. This is, let's see if you can figure out what it is by looking at the top. Well packaged. Plenty of bubble wrap. 3 rows. You're waiting for something you bought from there? Yeah. You're not playing when you watch, you're just like seeing how other people implement aspects of their game. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, I do look up videos to see what other people are doing, actually, now that you mention it. Often when I'm at work. Not a lot when I'm home. When I'm home, I want to play, or I'm doing something with my wife and the dogs, basically. So, but yeah. I wish they had backs. Wouldn't it be cool if there was a baseball card on the back? Yeah, I know nobody's going to pay for that licensing. I get it. Until the card wars are over in the year 2408. And we've got 500 years of baseball history to play if there's still major leagues back then. And these things will just be artifacts, but wouldn't that be cool? Baseball card on one side, actual playable card on the other side. It's my dream, man. And I know you can do that aftermarket with like Chris White does stuff like that, but I don't have that kind of budget. But anyway, this is going to be, who's in top, right? I can't read backwards, but Jeff Bagwell. It is the Legend series. Yes, the Legends and Busts. Right off the top, we got Jeff Bagwell. We've got, who is that in the center? Joe DiMaggio and Rogers Hornsby. That's a hell of a leading lineup. That's pretty cool. Is there anything else in the box? I don't think so. There's some more plastic wrap. A lot more bubble wrap. There's no packing slip or anything, right? You bought that set too? Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it. I really don't. I'm actually lax to take it out of the shrink wrap right now. I was more just having fun with opening it up. If I unshrink wrap it, then I'll feel the need to figure out a way to sort it, and that'll inevitably lead me wanting to do a project, and that's terrifying. So, but right at the top we got DiMaggio, Hornsby, and Bagwell. I'm really curious about some of the busts, and I think what I'll do is I'm going to put this aside for now. I'm going to put it back in the box, and when I do decide to bust it open, we'll have a real nice long stream around how I'm going to organize the set, and maybe do like some one-off games and like mini projects with it, right? Maybe we can do like a barnstorming series or something just to break things up. But we're not touching it till next year. Might be like a Christmas week. Ooh, bought myself a Christmas present back in September. So that's that. I'm gonna put that aside. And one of the things, guys, I love about Payoff Pitch too. Somebody said something. Let me see what you said. came up with elaborate ways to assign players to teams using an Excel spreadsheet. Well, that's definitely engineering. Yeah, you're definitely an engineer. I appreciate that. My sorting techniques tend to be quick and dirty. Do I have the 1960 Strat PC rosters? I don't know. Let's find out. But here's the other box we're going to unbox. A little Strat-O-Matic. Yeah, probably know my address by now. I really should edit those so people don't. And yes, it's sealed. I haven't peeked. It's been sitting here for 4 days. It's been friggin' torture. Because this is just whatever. Like that's cool to unbox, right? You get this, and this is what you get though. Like this is it. That's cool. I love these cards. I love the card quality. It's amazing. I love the affordability of Payoff Pitch. Joe's done a great job of making it a really, really affordable game. But there's just something about unboxing Strat when it comes in the long Strat-O-Matic box with the weird old school tape they use. It's somehow very durable for shipping. And I love seeing what comes in. Whenever I buy a Strat set, Full Classic has excellent card quality too. They do actually. I have a couple of Full Classic sets. So we're gonna pop this baby open. I love seeing the full Strat setup. Same stock and finish as Payoff Pitch. Yeah, actually they are pretty good. I was thinking about that. Just kind of ripping open this threaded, like, and you just get the green box, which has become the standard now. And they all look the same. It's not like I don't know what's going to be in here, you know. But it's just very satisfying somehow. I wonder when people deliver these who have no idea what they are. They're like, "What the hell is this? What could possibly be in this box?" I wonder if like the UPS guy's Googling it, trying to figure out. So there it is. And I love seeing what they put inside the set. So I'm going to give you a little camera view now, so we can unbox together. A little more. All right, so I'll shimmy the top off. 3 games in 1. Oh, it's so pristine when you open it, isn't it? It's just beautiful. Is that Wrigley Field again? Why is it always Wrigley? Why is it always Wrigley? Ah! And they are blue. So I was right. This is an older set that they haven't reprinted in a long time. I don't know when they printed this set, but it's been in shrink wrap so long that it's that really stiff shrink wrap that's actually started to split just being in the box. It's already kind of open. So, but we've got the blue cards with Baltimore on top as is typical. 1960. Yep. Got the blue cards with they're not that old. They've got the red and blue backs with the full super advanced features. So you know they're after 1986, I think. 85 or 86. I don't know when they went red and blue. I know they were white and blue for a while. I don't know when they went to dual color. Is it the better quality cardstock? Let's see. Yeah, it's thick. It's nice and thick. So we're actually gonna pull the plastic off these because these we are gonna play with imminently, but not yet. Let's see what else we got. We've got, of course, the bag of the hated rubber bands. And these are a little different. These are the see-through ones. I got a few of these, but most of the ones I get are the solid red. And we got a good combination of dice colors. I really like the white, black, and blue dice combo. Very, very good. And I like the Strat dice. They're good quality for the most part. So I don't know how accurate the 20-siders are, but the Dice Tower kind of takes care of that, right? So it's good stuff. And we've got the roster sheet. And there's a few pitching card ratings with the American League on the front side, as usual. All right. So a little lighting issue here, but there we go. And remember, this is the last season where we have 8 teams in each league. The traditional 8 teams. Hey, Glenn, how often do I... Hold on. Didn't see that. Nope. Come on, cooperate, chat. How often do I buy the game parts when you get a new set? Glenn, with Strat-O-Matic, every single time. Every single time. And the couple of times I've done it without, I've gone back and bought a game setup the next time I ordered something. Because it irritates the crap out of me. I like them to be in their own box. It's how I have my collection organized. I don't care. I like them in their own box. I like knowing that when I pull it out, you buy game ports for every card set you have. You want fully complete games for every season. It adds to the cost. It does, Dav. I won't do it with Payoff Pitch because you got to buy a whole game every time. So I'm still figuring out my storage for Payoff Pitch and other games for that matter. But Strat every time, full setup. So it's an extra $15 every time. But we got the National League on the back here. I love the older seasons. Same here. Yep. I love the older seasons because you got the suggested lineups, the lineup used most frequently, which is often, they're pretty good. They're not perfectly accurate, but they're pretty good. You know, so that's fun. And then, so we got the roster sheet. I'm just curious how many multi-carded players there are. It's always interesting. There is one player who does not have a team name on his card. You must write in the team name. Below is the player mentioned, teams played for, and the number of games played with each team. They are really wordy. That's one of the things. So Bobby Thompson, Boston 40, Baltimore 3. Oh, there's only one Boston, yeah, because there's no Boston National League in 1960. They had moved on by then. And there's one player with cards in both leagues. That would be Don Newcomb, 24 games with Cincinnati and 24 games with Cleveland. Everybody else has a single card. And as we've discovered, there are 405 cards in this set. 405 cards right there. But 575 guys played. So we're missing 170 cards if we wanted to do an as-played replay. I haven't fully committed yet to doing an as-played. I'm going to think about it on vacay. I do like the way Strat usage works when you use the injuries in the solitaire player rest chart, and that's how I always played it. Oh, you can just buy the parts? With the box, though, Dav, or no? You have the 1998 Strat set where they wouldn't put the player names on some cards. Yeah, I have that, too. I have that, too. If you could buy a Payoff Pitch box with a game setup, I'd probably do it every time, too. If you just sold, if I could buy, like, you know how they have game sets and then card sets. If I could buy the game set every time for Payoff Pitch, just so you know, Joe, if you ever watch my stuff, I don't know if you do or not, but if you ever watch my stuff, Joe, I would absolutely spend an extra 10 or 15 bucks for the game setup if that's what it costs, you know. Then we got the ballpark effects chart. It's blue. It's kind of cool. One side with the super advanced weather effects. Always fun. And that's how I play. And then one side with the just ballpark effects. But I like the weather effects. They just add a little variety. If I do as played, I don't know. I've never done an as played with Strat, so I don't know if I would do weather effects, but we'll see. It doesn't really affect things in the long run, although I guess the math could be a little bit wonky and it could throw some stats off. All right, so how long are we going here? 33? Yeah, so I'm probably gonna finish this up. You bought game parts with a box, and it comes with some demo teams. Okay, that's cool. And then, yep, it's Wrigley. My umpteenth Wrigley set. Right? It's a shame. They should sell these individually for each park, and even the older parks. I would collect them. There are so many missed revenue opportunities. Give me all the players, I'll pay for them. Let me buy different play mats, I'll pay for them. Just to collect. I know I can get them on the aftermarket, but that stuff's expensive, and once again, budgetary concerns. You use weather and ballpark yourself. Makes sense, that way you can always have the charts and dice with every season you're playing. Yeah, and they don't wear out too badly. If you know, I know some people have used the same like super advanced set forever. You're too far gone to go back and do that. I understand completely. It would be awesome if they did different parks. And there's our advanced fielding chart, which I almost never use. I've played very little advanced. It's either basic or super advanced for me. I think I tried it just to learn it, and then I was like, what's the difference? It's not any smoother than super advanced. Although I know some people like it better. Then there's this classic friggin' thing, which I have pretty much memorized, with all your basic and advanced strategies. And always fun. New set of pitcher hitting cards. New set of pitcher hitting cards. I thought about buying a bunch of these because they sell them separately, just to get the blank cards. So how many would I need? 9. I need like 20 of these, 20 sheets to print out and card every player, and then I could just put them on here, right? And I have an actual card for every player instead of just a printed out whatever. Or I could buy card stock, I guess, to print them. Here's your basic fielding chart. Pristine condition. First time touched by any human hands except for the guy who printed it and packed it. The latest Strat-O-Matic rulebook, let's see when this is from. 2018 appears to be the latest printing. So the 2018 Strat-O-Matic rulebook. They sell blank cards. You put a few. They sell completely blank cards. Oh, that's cool. So they know people want this stuff. Ah. And then there's our. Are they both here? I've only got the super advanced miscellaneous chart. I don't know if I have the other one. Let's see. Is it hiding? Hold on. You stay there. No? You know what? Wait, maybe it's in the rulebook. Oh, there it is. I was like, they never do that. They don't usually forget. And there is the super advanced fielding chart. Or part of it, because pitcher and catcher are on the other one. And let's see what we got here. This is the Strat Tournament Bulletin. The Strat Tournament Players Club. And it's the 2024 sheet, so yeah. So these aren't sitting up on a shelf pre-packaged since they printed in 1960, because they put the new inserts in every time. Let's see where our 2044 tournament locations were. We had Alabama, Albany, Boston, Chicago, Cleveland, Connecticut, Dallas, Detroit, Fort Lauderdale, Vegas, Los Angeles, New Orleans, Ocean City, Orlando, Phoenix, Pittsburgh, Portland, San Jose, Tampa, and Vero Beach. And then the national championship is in June 2025 in Orlando. Now, you know what's really terrible about this? I saw the Canton convention that was organized by the APA football guys, the APA football guys, that ended up being more of just a football tabletop convention. I saw the PlayCon ads all over social media. A lot of information out there about that. I saw that they're doing a Payoff Pitch meetup in Milwaukee, I think next weekend. Oh, no, it passed already, right? They already did it. I'm sorry, it was a few weeks ago. Hey, what's up, DJ John? How you doing, bud? You're glad Strat actually did a real rule book instead of miscellaneous rule sheets. Yeah, I agree. That's something Payoff Pitch can improve upon, is incorporating all the stuff that's on the charts into the rule book instead of... The rule book's kind of... Other than the first few pages where it teaches you how to play the game, the rest of it's like... It took me a while to figure out which chart to refer to and which option to pick for different things. So it's something they could improve on for Payoff Pitch. But anyway, where the hell's... This is such insider information. There's this many Strat tournaments, like nationally sponsored Strat tournaments where I assume at least a couple of dozen people show up and play tournaments 20 times a year, basically. There's no social media presence that I can find. I'm in every Strat group I can find. I've seen nothing about this. What are they missing? What are they missing? Why are they leaving that on the table? Why don't they want to promote the community within their game? I know they did a better job this last year with setting up these clubs that are a little over a year old and stuff. There's a Central Jersey one I just can't get to. Every time they do it on Saturday, it's about an hour away from me, and it's a Saturday I'm working. So if you need help with the 1960 uncarded, whoops, hold on. Sorry. Players for as played season, let you know. I appreciate it, Sports Time Machine. I got a pretty good list already, but I'll let you know if I run into any hiccups. And then we got a couple of score sheets. Seems like they just tore off a random amount. There's 4 here. Maybe it's always 4. I don't know. I think I usually get 2. Oh, no, there's 5. There's 6 here. Oh, no, there's 5. All right. 5 score sheets. And 2 Form A's. And I can't pick them up. Yeah, 2 Form A's. No Form B's. Or is this Form B? Oh, this is Form B. The score sheet is Form B. Sorry. And that's it. that's everything we got in the box. So I'm going to kind of filter stuff back over. And yeah, so that's going to be our season for Strat. Super advanced. Very likely going to do as played. That's definitely the way I'm leaning. And all the extra work that entails. But once again, I get the most satisfaction out of as played. So we're going to go with that. But let's get this plastic off here. And just take a quick gander. We're not gonna separate the cards. But we just take a look at the sheets real quick. So I can get rid of all the plastic in one. Nice card stock, man. Really nice card stock. Still not Payoff Pitch quality, but you can see how. But yeah. So obviously we have. I want to move the box over a little bit. I'm making quite a pile on my table here. I've got all the stuff I usually play with off screen. Ooh, it's a little warm in here too. Oh no! Oh, I thought they were going down. And I just christened them with a little bit of condensation from my drink. So there we go. Fortunately, it's just condensation, so it's clear and it's going to dry. But that's all right. I don't plan on reselling them. Somebody will after I'm dead, but I don't generally sell off my collection. So we've got 3 sheets per team, I'm sure. We got Baltimore here. Get any great cards right away. Hal Brown, Steve Barber, Clint Courtney. Hoyt Wilhelm's here, 11-8. He did 11 starts, 147 innings. I don't know what to expect from this season. I really don't. I've never seen anybody playing it. The only thing I know is Mazeroski beating the Yanks. So, Brooks Robinson, typical 294 year for him. Jim Gentile's here, Walt Dropo, Jackie Brandt, Gene Woodling. Always a good card for Woodling. 403 on base. Only 2 sheets? Oh, isn't that interesting? 2 sheets per team. Am I missing a sheet? There's only 18 players for Baltimore? Can't be right. This is going to be one of those mixed up ones. Or I'm missing a sheet. Boston? This is all Boston. Where's the Williams card? Ted was still playing in 60, right? Nope, 2 sheets for Boston. Wouldn't that be interesting if there was only 18 players per team? But that doesn't add up. There's, what, 16 teams? That's nowhere near enough cards. I think there's about 25 per team. So there's going to be like a double sheet at the end. But yeah, I don't even see Ted here. So what's going on here? Hopefully we don't have a problem. 2 sheets for the White Sox. Oh, all right, this got interesting. 2 sheets for the White Sox. And then right away 2 sheets for the Cubs. 2 sheets for the Cubs. So this is one of those mixed up sets. I don't know how they did the print order here, but. And then Cincinnati. 18 players for Cincinnati. 18 players for Cleveland. 18 players for Detroit, I assume. Yep. Pitchers may be at the back. Yeah, maybe. Oh, there's pitchers mixed in here too. But there must be extra sheets for each team, depending on, or maybe mixed sheets. There's Kansas City twice. There's Los Angeles twice. There's Milwaukee. 21-10 for Spawn. There is the Yankees. And let's look at the, if it's here, the MVP card for Mr. Roger Maris. There's Mantle's card. 275 for Mantle. Wow, low batting average for Mickey this year. 40 homers, 94 runs batted in, 111 walks, and 527 at bats. So it's 638 plate appearances for Mickey. That's a good full season. There's Maris. 283, 18 doubles, 39 homers, 112 runs batted in. 581 slugging, which was better than Mickey's, and a 374 on base, which was a little worse. So, pretty good card for Maris. Philadelphia, we got. Who was the National League MVP? I'm not remembering. In 60. I wish the chat wouldn't fade off so fast. Looks like 26 for Baltimore looking at the roster sheet. Maris' big year was 61, that's for sure. But he was MVP in 60. League MVP in 60. Here's the world champion Pittsburgh Pirates. Bob Friend having one of his best years. An innings eater every year. Joe Christopher's on this team. 56 at bats. Roy Face, Harvey Haddix, Vern Law. Let's see. Rocky Nelson, Don Hoke, Gino Samoli, Bill Verdon. There's Mazeroski, 273, 21 doubles, 5 triples, 11 homers, a second base 1. What's his E rating? I wonder. Second base 1, E11. Burgess, Skinner, and Stewart. Yep. Dick Grote. There we go. Dick Grote. And he's not on that sheet either, so we're already up to San Fran. Here's the Mays card. Really a solid season. Homers a little down, 319, 29 doubles, 12 triples, 29 homers, 103 ribbies, 25 stolen bases, and 10 caught stealing. The Mays card. Willie. So it's an interesting season because there's nobody with like crazy numbers, right? It's a pretty balanced season. This Willie Kirkland card's pretty good. Willie Kirkland with a 252 average, 21 doubles, 10 triples, 21 homers. So same number of doubles and homers, just like Mays. 65 ribbies. Let's see. Cepeda with a 24 homer, 297 season. I always like San Fran. I don't know. I don't know why. I tend to like them in every season. McCovey. Here's McCovey. Once again, an injured season for Willie. 238, 260 at bats, 15 doubles, 13 homers, 51 ribbies. It's one of those cards you're tempted to play the full season with. Here's Juan Marichal, only 11 starts. So, all right, moving on. St. Louis, here's the Cardinals. Rolio, here's Gibson. A crap year for Gibson. 12 starts, 3 and 6, 5.59. So definitely not a pitching star there. Julian Javier, Lindy McDaniel, Kurt Flood. Yeah, doesn't look like anybody on St. Louis had a good year. A lot of low batting averages there. Here's Washington. 274 innings pitched for Pedro Ramos. Here's Jim Lemon, 38 homers for Lemon with 100 ribbies for the Senators. And then we're back to, here we go, Baltimore, So we've got some mixed sheets here. There's Baltimore and Boston on the sheet. Here's Arnie Portocarrero for Baltimore. Here's Ted Williams, 316, 29 homers, 72 RBIs, only 310 at-bats. You want to talk about a card you want to play a full season with? 310 at-bats, 29 homers for Williams. That is a 50-plus homer card in a full season. 645 slugging. Ain't that a shame? Seems like, is it random or like their best players? No, it's random. There's some crappy players on here too and some guys with no at-bats. And we're actually going to loop through several times because we're already up to Washington and the Cubs. And we're back to Boston. So, man, these are pretty random at the end. It's going to be a little annoying to sort. No worse than Payoff Pitch, though. Payoff Pitch is an exercise in patience. Minnie Minoso, great season, 311, 20 homers. Klazuski, only 181 at-bats, 5 homers. I don't know where he was in his career at that point. Aparicio, a 51 steal season. Roy Sievers, 28 homers. A lot of guys right around 30 homer range. Joe Morgan, 133 batting average and 83 at-bats for Joe Morgan. Willie Davis is in here, 88 at-bats. He had 315. Don Newcomb. There's one of the Newcomb cards. Cincinnati, 15 starts, 4 and 6, 4.55. Maury Wills with 50 steals this year to go with a 295 average. Wally Moon with a solid card, 299, 13 homers. Let's see. Norm Cash is here, 353 at bats, 18 homers. A 400 on base, 500 slugging. Here's Al Kaline. Kind of a weird season for Al. A 278, 29 doubles, 15 homers, 68 ribbies, full season of card. Here's the other Newcomb card. 54 innings pitched, only 2 starts, so he was a reliever there for Cleveland. And these guys are all mixed up. Dick Williams always has solid cards. 31 doubles, 12 homers, 288. Dick Williams. Norm Sebring, or Sebring, 279, 19 homers. Here's Koufax, 8 and 13, 3.91 ERA. Doesn't bode well for Los Angeles' offense, I guess. Del Crandall, 294, 19 homers as a catcher for Milwaukee. Here's Hank Aaron, 292, 20 doubles, 11 triples, 40 homers, 126 runs batted in. That's nice. A lot of Milwaukee cards on this one. Who else we got? Harmon Killebrew, 31 homers. Ralph Terry, 10 and 8 and 23 starts. So, rounding it out, let's see. Dallas Green, one-time Yankee manager. I had no idea that guy was a pitcher. Here's the Grote card. Guys, this is the MVP of the National League. 573 at-bats, 325 batting average, 26 doubles, 4 triples, 2 homers, 50 runs batted in. 39 walks, 35 strikeouts, 372 on base, 394 slugging. No stolen bases, 2+ stealings. They gave him the MVP. There's some weird voting back in the day. He was a shortstop 2, E29. Had to be based on personality or something. Clutch? Was he the clutch guy? That's a wild MVP choice. Ken Boyer, crazy card for Boyer. One of his best seasons for St. Louis. 304, 26 doubles, 10 triples, 32 homers, 97 runs batted in. That's a nice card for Boyer. Right there in the middle. Really nice card for Kenny Boyer. Here's Stan Musial. Another off season for another big guy. 275 in 331 at-bats. 17 doubles, 17 homers. That's another card you wish you had a full season out of. Bill White, very solid at 283. A lot of triples this season. 27 doubles, 10 triples, 16 homers. A lot of guys with high triples numbers. Double-digit triples numbers all around. Well, that didn't go the way. My wife's packing up the pet stuff for the trip, and she just spilled dog food all over the living room floor.
Oh God, Oscar's gonna eat.
I mean,
it
a
all.
lot of it. And my dog he just thinks it's evening snack time. Yep. A lot of dog food. Here's the last sheet.
All right, outside. Come on, Oscar, outside.
Yep.
Mommy's gotta clean this up. Come on out.
Here's everybody's favorite leadoff man,
Come on out.
Richie
Outside.
Ashburn.
Oscar, out,
outside.
out.
Good boy. Richie Ashburn with 116 walks and a
Oh,
291
God.
batting average. No homers, 40 ribbies, a 416 on base. Here's Ernie Banks, 41 homers. I think led the National League. 271 average to go with that for Banks. So that's it. That's the set. And if we do as played, I got to make about 170 cards. Or just pull them off the card viewer as I play, but man, that gets annoying. So we'll see how it goes. The first sheet has already... She's still dropping stuff, guys. I better go help her. It's been a long day, but thanks for hanging out with me. Did a little unboxing. We talked a little bit about discipline in this project. We drank a little bourbon, which we have to keep away from these Strat cards. Still plenty to go. Well, I'm going to help the wife finish packing, try to settle down for the evening, and get ready to take a drive to Staunton, Virginia tomorrow. I'm going to bring some baseball with me. I think I'm just going to bring the 73 Payoff Pitch on my laptop, just so I have something. I doubt I'll stream any games, but we will do the vlog every day. So, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for your feedback. See if I missed any messages here. NL batting champ. Yeah, that mattered back then. Banks, Aaron's, Matthews in the NL all had big years. Banks had a huge year. Looks like it. Yeah, yes, he did that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this project. We'll get it started when I get back, in one way, shape, or form. It may take me another week to. It might take me a couple of weeks to print all those cards. We'll try to do it as needed, but I like having full rosters based on what Digital Diamond tells me. So, chances are I'm just gonna bite the bullet and make a few cards a day until I have all 170. Might take us a month. No, probably not. I'll do it in my downtime at work. Don't tell anybody. So thanks for hanging out. You guys have a good rest of your evening. All right, see you tomorrow.